what is Hledger and why is it different from Ledger, and what got you started?
So Hledger is what I call a ledger-like. So it's one of a number of programs inspired by Ledger, which are accounting tools with a certain philosophy and a certain approach. And in fact, we've just started to put together a site to describe this, but it's basically, like a lot of people, I discovered Ledger, which you had on the show, John Weagley's Ledger tool, and was really taken by it after wrestling with different GUI programs, having them crash, having them kind of, feeling insecure about my data and wanting to customize them and finding that difficult. Ledger was kind of a revelation, and then in due course I wanted to go a little different direction, and at the same time was feeling very, very positive about the future of Haskell, the programming language. And so Hledger began with my experiments to see if, how that would work in Haskell, and has grown from there.
And were you already an experienced Haskell programmer?
No, this was kind of my first real Haskell project. I'd use it for some little tests and things like that before then.
Okay, let's back up a little bit. So the Ledger-like applications, when would I reach for them? What is this going to do for me?
That's a good question. I think it appeals most to, at the moment, to techies and folks who are power users and do-it-yourselfers, people who are comfortable with the command line and who like the freedom to customize your workflow and to integrate it with other tools, and to be able to use your favorite editor to manage your data. So in my case, I had been using Quicken for a number of years, and for a few years after that, GnuCash, which is a great project. But I had been having a lot of trouble with, they would hang, or they would have infelicities in the user interface that just made them frustrating to use. And I wanted to be more efficient. And so I think there's a great simplicity to the Ledger model, a kind of a functional kind of approach where it takes the data, it prints a report, and that's all it does. It doesn't change your data. So there's kind of a separation of concerns, which was very reassuring. I think longevity of accounting data is important, and you want to be sure that it's an open format that you can always read, you can always have access to, even 10, 20 years from now. So I think those are some things that make it appealing. Might be a little early to say, but there's a site, plaintextaccounting.org, just coming together, which kind of introduces some of this stuff too.